There is a hilarious punk song by the band Suicidal Tendencies that's from, I think, around the mid-'80s, called Institutionalized. A lot of y'all probably know it, probably have heard it, and I wanted to just cite this song because even though it's very funny, it also raises some issues that I think are interesting to discuss right now. I've seen a couple of videos out there, and these were both videos that were made by, like, I guess you'd call them red pill women, and who are anti-feminist and who are supportive of men and want men to get more respect in our day and age and make that their big crusade. I know a lot of people kind of have knee-jerk cynicism about women like that, and it's true. Some of them might just be full of it. I don't get the impression that was the case with the couple that I saw, though. I thought they were sincere, but their sincerity, doesn't mean that they necessarily know what is best for men. And I want to try to say this in a way that is delicate and is nuanced, because I don't want to be too black and white. It's got to be nuanced. There's shades of gray, and there are. I know I'm kind of making it sound gay there, but I mean, it's true. So a couple of these videos were like, one of them was showing some boxer who was giving some speech, this macho guy, and then he was talking about how his best mate, I think this guy was British or something, his best mate killed himself a few days ago, and that he wishes that he could have talked to somebody or talked to him, because he'd rather have him around than have him be gone. There was some way that he phrased it. I don't know. There's just it's better to find someone to talk to than I would rather be talking to him, hearing it out from him, man to man, than seeing him in his casket or something like that. And yes, it's a powerful message, I suppose. But here's the thing. Going back to that song, Institutionalized, the singer, the speaker in that song, because it is more of a spoken word kind of thing. It's not really a rap. It's like he just has this monologue. And in the first verse, he's talking about how sometimes things don't work out. But and I'll leave a link to it below. Sometimes things don't work out, and I just want to. I can't make them work out, but I've just got to figure it out on my own. And then they come up to me and they say things like, "Hey, we notice you've been having a lot of problems lately, and we're afraid you might hurt somebody, and we're afraid you might hurt yourself. So it might feel real good if you just talked about your problems with somebody." And he was like, "No, I'm going to figure it out myself." Well, just remember that you'll probably feel real good if you just let this stuff off your chest, if you didn't keep it all bottled up. And I'm like, no, I'm going to take care of it myself. But they just keep bugging me. That's the first verse of the song, and like I said, it's very funny, but it also is like, it's sort of this whole, oh, you've got to talk to somebody. If you're not doing well, you need to talk to somebody. And this, it comes to mind when I hear this kind of, men need to talk about their feelings more. Men need to let out their feelings. Talk to somebody who listen and who understands. I mean, first of all, how do you know that they'll understand? You don't. And as far as, whether they'll listen or not, I mean, yeah. I mean, you would think that people who care about you would listen, but you don't know. And even if they do listen, will they really have anything much to say that's of help? And if they don't, then what it brings to mind for me is Travis Bickle trying to talk about how he's feeling with Peter Boyle character in Taxi Driver. Peter Boyle is this older guy that they call the Wizard. They call him Wizard. That's his nickname. He's not really a wizard. He's not very smart. He just sort of likes to talk a lot. But he's kind of an authoritative figure amongst the cabbies. He's always telling crazy stories and stuff. And when Travis tries to talk to him, the guy just is like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And it's not like the guy, means bad or anything, but afterwards, Travis is sort of, you sort of feel like Travis maybe would have been best off if he hadn't said anything at all to this guy. It's an incredible scene. It's a very painful scene to watch. Travis, of course, is very fumblingly inarticulate. What he really gets out, he says something like, I just feel like really going out and, I got some bad feelings in my head. That's another great line. I got some bad feelings in my head. So what am I trying to say through all of this? Sometimes it is okay to keep your own counsel. I'm not saying off yourself. Obviously, if you're at that point, find help somehow. But a person, what people have to understand is that a man has to be discerning in where he finds help. Okay, and it's like there's just this whole don't try to do it all yourself. You've got to let other people in, but there's something to be said for doing it yourself too. There is something to be said for just shrugging things off and going about your business. And that's what the narrator in Institutionalized is saying. He's like, no, I'm going to handle this myself. I just want to handle this myself. And the people who keep bugging him, they just want him to talk to some. They think it would be better for him to talk to some idiot, just some idiot with a PhD and a clipboard, who thinks he will be able to understand him and help him work out his plight. I've talked about, I've been candid here before. I've talked about there's a prior video that I have called "Breaking Up with My Therapist," and I've written three different essays that can be found on my not my SoundCloud page. What am I saying? On my Substack page. 3 essays about breaking up with my therapist, part 1, part 2, conclusion. So in all of those cases, I did not find therapy to be all that worthwhile. It wasn't that it was, just never helpful at all, and it wasn't that I saw people who meant badly for me, or who didn't care, or who had stupid advice, or who didn't. In some cases, they didn't necessarily listen well. But anyway, I think that they were good-hearted people who meant well, is my point. But was I better off? Am I better off? However many dollars later spent in therapy? No, I don't really believe that I am. So what I'm wanting to stand up for here in this video, what I'm wanting to stand up for is that it's okay if you don't want to talk to people. If you're a guy and you're struggling with this or that or the other thing, and you don't want to talk to people about it, that's okay. You don't have to. Okay? Now, you shouldn't feel stigmatized against it. You shouldn't feel like, oh, I'm just a sissy if I talk to somebody about it. Of course, I'm not saying that. But I am saying if people are bugging you, like they're bugging the guy in Institutionalized, then feel free to tell them, look, leave me alone. I'm going to handle this. And men handle things. That's what's great about us. We handle shit. We don't break down and wilt like a lily when times get tough. We handle it. We man up. We are stoic. And when I say man up, I'm not meaning that in the toxic way where, like where feminists say, you got to man up, and you got to man up. When they're really saying it's all your fault. Men need to do better. I don't mean it that way at all. I'm just saying, against those who just want you to talk all the time, who want you to share your feelings all the time, who want you to be touchy-feely, and in some ways want to make you into women. You don't have to do that. You can just get on with your business and handle it. And, that's fine. That's an option as well. So consider that amongst your options. You don't have to get pressured into talking to anybody about anything. There's one of my favorite quotes from Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger is right near the end, where Holden Caulfield says very enigmatically, "Don't ever tell anybody anything." Don't ever tell anybody anything. It's it's kind of a funny sentence to have. It's like the second to last sentence of the book, and it's like a whole book where he's telling you stuff throughout, and it ends with him saying, "Don't ever tell anybody anything." Well, that's interesting, isn't it? There's a time for speaking up, and there's also a time for just handling things your own way. And stoicism is not a crime. Stoicism is not a sin. If you feel inclined to be stoic, be stoic. That's it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Will this be controversial? I don't know. Does anybody care? I don't know. We'll find out. Leave your comments below if you care to, and I'll talk to y'all soon.